Where are we vis-a-vis China? It's now 2 years since the Galwan incident, and there seems to be an uneasy peace. Do you feel that China has put on hold its expansionist policy with regard to us, with regard to Indian territory?
Well, we have got a long pending a territorial dispute with China. We have made our both intentions and this thing very clear to China, and they are aware of the fact that, well, we will not tolerate any transgression. There had been some unsavory incidents in 2020. We have been able to, through the talks, through the negotiations, through the persuasion and others, resolve some of it. Few points still remain to be resolved and others. We will continue our efforts. At the same time, we have got to ensure that is we are vigilant and we are able to protect our borders totally.
So internal security, external relations, these are mainly conducted behind closed doors, in hush hush manner. Some of it is visible to common people, but there is also a view that, keeping in nature with federal structure, things like what has been done, the Agnipath scheme, maybe there can be a more consultative manner in dealing with these apprehensions. Do you feel that there is a time that the time has come to change how internal security is, decisions regarding internal security are taken in this country?
Management of security is a highly layered phenomenon. There are layers and layers and layers. There has got to be some this thing where there is a complete insulation and it has got to be protected, and people should know only on the basis of need to know. If they have got either, if they can neither contribute nor that this thing, they are accountable for anything, and you take them into confidence and others, probably it is not from them, but once it becomes public, our adversaries will take advantage of that. So, we have got to maintain a certain amount of secrecy. As far as the consultative process is concerned, India's democracy and India's this thing is so open. If it was not such a this thing, you would not find that on every issue, if there are 100 people, there are 101 opinions, and they are freely expressed from the street to the press to the media and everywhere.
So, you spoke about India's adversaries taking advantage of any kind of unrest which happens in India, but then we saw with regard to the prophet remarks and the hijab protests, that people who we had presumed had become non-adversaries of ours had suddenly started making comments, had suddenly started doubting India's democracy or India's inclusive society. Do you feel that these protests have gone beyond this and have damaged us terribly?
Well, it has, in the sense India has been projected, or rather some disinformation has been spread against India, which is far from the realities and the truth. And probably there is a need for us to engage them, to talk to them and convince them. And you would have found that, well, wherever we have gone or wherever we have engaged with the concerned people, both outside and inside, we have been able to convince them and try to find out this thing, and it will subside. But it happens. When people get emotionally aroused and others, sometimes their behavior is little disproportionate to the actual event, but it is the same.
Does it put the security establishment on a back foot when these kind of street protests take place on very sensitive topics like the Agnipath scheme?
Well, I don't think that it puts this thing. The only thing is when the law is transgressed. If there are protests, if there is a point of view that people want to have this thing, they have got the right to dissent. In a democracy, that is a right that should be honored, and that should be it should be given ample space. But when it starts hurting the national interests, when it starts undermining the national security, when it starts threatening the life of a law-abiding common citizen, when it starts causing pain to him, it becomes intolerable. And this is what our law says, this is what our constitution says, and that is why the law enforcement agencies are bound by the law, they are bound by their oath to protect the people, to protect their interests, to protect their properties, and not allow the miscreants and the anti-social and the anti-national elements to make better of the society.
So, as I wrap up, I just have one question on Afghanistan and the recent attack on Sikhs out there, and India giving visas to them. Where is it going now? Are Hindus and Sikhs and other minorities, will they find home in India? Will there be, will we increase the number of people that we take from Afghanistan into India? What happens with CAA? Will that come into force?
Well, I think it's very clear. CAA very clearly says that in our neighborhood, in case any of these the minorities there are on the basis of their religion are persecuted, we will give them. We have given the visas to a large number of Sikhs, and I think as the flights are available, some of them will be coming back, and others who will apply probably will look at their cases very, very sympathetically. So it was a very unfortunate incident. It should not have happened, but there are forces, that terror and this thing, violence, they are the things in which we have to live with in the modern times. But Government of India is doing everything, and it has assured the Sikhs there and the Hindus there. I think there are very few Hindus left there, but they have assured them that India will stand by its commitment and by its assurances.
So towards the end, do you have any message for youth who feel disillusioned and disheartened that maybe some of them were part of the protest, regret it, and would like to take the Agniveers? Is it over? Are the doors shut for them?
Well, as far as the message to the youth is concerned, ये मैसेज बड़ा क्लियर होना चाहिए कि सेना में जो लोग जाते हैं वो केवल पैसे के लिए नहीं जाते, वो एक जज्बे के साथ जाते हैं। उनमें देश प्रेम होता है, उनके अंदर में राष्ट्र की भक्ति होती है, उनके अंदर में यौवन की शक्ति होती है। वो इसको इन्वेस्ट करते हैं अपने आप को और सोचते हैं हम देश के लिए क्या कर सकें। अगर वो भावना नहीं है तो आप इस करियर के लिए नहीं बने। इसमें केवल हम उन्हीं यूथ को चाहते हैं। आपकी ट्रेनिंग कितनी है, आपकी फिजिकल फिटनेस कितनी है, यह आवश्यक है, लेकिन इससे भी ज़्यादा आवश्यक है कि आपकी मानसिकता क्या है। तो अगर कोई भी यूथ अग्निवीर बनना चाहता है, और मेरा सारे यूथ को इस देश के से यही है, मेरा मैसेज यही है, पॉजिटिव हों, बी पॉजिटिव, हैव फेथ इन द नेशन, हैव फेथ in your leadership, when you join the army and others, the leadership there, have faith in the society and have faith in yourself. That is the most important thing. स्वामी विवेकानंद कहते थे, पुराना धर्म कहता था कि नास्तिक वो है जो ईश्वर में विश्वास नहीं करता, नया धर्म ये कहता है कि नास्तिक वो है जो स्वयं पर विश्वास नहीं करता। अगर आपको अपने ऊपर विश्वास है तो आपकी फिजिकल फिटनेस, आपकी मेंटल फिटनेस, आपकी ट्रेनिंग, आपकी और आपकी आयु को देखते हुए आपके लिए सारी दुनिया पड़ी है। यू कैन कंकर द वर्ल्ड, द होल वर्ल्ड इज फॉर यू।